But other than that, I can say a little about myself. Once again, I'm Bianca. Eventually, you can start calling me Thrift because that's going to be like my nickname or my handle, if you will. Um, I'm 30 years old. I'm originally from Virginia, Martinsville, Virginia, to be precise. Probably no one knows where that is, except if you're from Martinsville, or the surrounding tiny states or cities as well. I went to school and graduated from Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia. So I stayed loyal to my Virginia. After that, I stayed in Virginia for a little while. I didn't leave until about 2017. I left Virginia and I moved to Texas, Austin, Texas. Now, that in the background to break down was one of the best decisions and one of the weirdest decisions of my life. I decided to go because of a love interest. Moved there. Everything seemed cool. I really liked Texas, quote unquote. And I like to say I liked it until I didn't like it. And it really didn't take that long for me not to like it. Texas, or Austin in particular, is a wonderful city. It's fun, it's free, it's whatever you want it to be. But after you do a certain amount of things, it just, the well run dry for me. I wasn't interested anymore. After you've partied so much or partied enough, you hit the party scene, it's over. Texas or Austin reminded me a lot of Martinsville, despite the demographic differences. Austin is huge. Martinsville is not. But it got to a point where everything was predictable. I knew what I was going to do on Friday. I knew what I was going to do on Saturday. I knew what I was going to do on Sunday. Monday, back to work. Tuesday, same. Then back to Friday, doing the same stuff. Going to 6th Street. Hanging out with my friends, which I absolutely adore them, but doing the exact same thing. I wasn't too much of a big clubber until I got to Austin. I'm more of a bar, lounge, chill type of person, but I became like a little bit of a bar hopper. But if anybody knows anything about 6th Street, that's literally what it is. Was fine with that until me and my love interest at the time, we parted ways, if you will. And I started to develop a new love interest who was completely different than myself in general. Very not closed off, that's not a right word, but very selective with the people that they would surround themselves with or they would associate with. I am happy-go-lucky, free body. I'll make friends with a chair if it sits still long enough. And we obviously know chairs don't move. So yes, I would be friends with a chair. That's just me. I am the type of person that I can be in a room full of a million people, and before I leave, I probably will have contact information for at least 10 of those people. I like to talk. I like to converse. I like to meet new people. That's just me. My new love interest was completely opposite. Fine with who they already had friends with, but if they made new, it was cool. But if not, they didn't care. That was a bit different for me, but exciting at the same time. It retaught me, or I relearned how to stay at home, to keep my ass at home. I learned how to find joy in small things. Netflix and chill became literally my best friend. Going to get ice cream, going back to the house to watch a movie, going to get food, getting it to go, going back to cuddle up at the house. So with that transitioning happening, but yet me still being in a party environment, if you will, began to just not mix well together. So I pulled away from the party environment to become a homebody, which I kind of already have always been. I'm a Cancer, so y'all know how we are. Don't start because I don't want to hear it. But we can tend to be, a multitude of different things all wrapped in one little tiny hermit crab shell, literally. I am definitely not the hermit type. I might be at the beginning, but after a while, I'm busting out this shell and I got to hit these streets. Like, I'm on the move. Like, that's me. So Austin grew tiring. So at this time, the same love interest, we decided to up and move to New York, where I am currently at now. I am in my office now in New York, making a blog on the clock. Oh well. So we decided in March of this year, 2019, that we would just pack up everything and we would drive from Texas to Virginia, visit with my family, stay a little while. We stayed about a little less than a week, and we hit the road and we moved to New York. So we pulled up in Brooklyn, and we've been here ever since, quote unquote. We had a little hiatus that we went back to. I went back to Virginia, and they went back to Trinidad, their native land, if you will. And we did the summer apart, majority of the summer, and then we came back here in July. So that's a little bit of a backstory. Eventually, I will get into a deeper, I guess, breakdown of the transitioning from Texas to New York. But right now, it's just a small synopsis, if you will, of how I ended up where I am now. As of right now, I work for a nonprofit organization in the Bronx. I am the executive assistant of the director, pretty much the executive director of this organization. That in itself is interesting every day. It's a brand new day. I am a designated paper pusher to a certain extent. I'm a designated email writer. That's fine. Best description ever. As far as me personally, I am the only child of my parents' marriage or union, but I do have an adopted brother that is papers are not the description of it. Like, in other words, he is Black adopted. Black folks don't go through no paperwork. But he has been in our family, if you will, since he was 9 and I was 11. That is the only brother that I've ever known, and it's the only brother I ever want to know. So that's my heart right there. My best friend lives in Vegas. One of my best friends, but the best friend that I've had the longest, she lives in Vegas. She is a brilliant-minded individual who changes my life every day just by living her life. My other best friend is living in Dallas, Texas. She is the mother of my godson, the best thing that could have ever happened to me. I love that boy, oh my God. And the love of my life is at home right now in Brooklyn. So that's just a little breakdown of that. You will learn to know the person that I am, hopefully through this blog, and hopefully you will learn to enjoy my perspective of living life through fashion and living life through our souls, SOLE, so through our feet. A lot of people are like, oh no, your feet are not, the windows of anything, but they technically are the transportation for you to get to the windows. Obviously, we use our feet every day to get us to and from where we're going. So I'm going to use fashion and somewhat of transportation to migrate through a journey that I really don't know where it's going to lead me, but hopefully you guys will stay along and walk with me through these fields of fashion, the field of polyester and linen and silk. So I thank you for watching this one, and I'll be back soon. Thank you. Peace.